Hi, my name is Hannah Maldonado, and I will be presenting the case Mapp versus Ohio. I chose this case for a couple of reasons. The first one was because I think understanding your rights to privacy is very important as a citizen. The Fourth Amendment is crucial to know, especially if you are in legal trouble and you believe that law enforcement has infringed on your rights. My second reason is because it is important to understand the boundaries of law enforcement officers and knowing that what law enforcement can and cannot do when they search you for evidence. The purpose for the Fourth Amendment is for citizens to feel secure in their persons, houses, and papers. The facts for Mapp versus Ohio case starts when Cleveland officers arrived at the appellant's, Miss Mapp's, house based on information that there was a person wanted for questioning in connection with a recent bombing and is also in possession of large amounts of policy paraphernalia. Officers were not given consent to go in the house by Miss Mapp unless they had a warrant, so the officers started surveillance on her house instead. After 3 hours, more officers arrived on scene and they tried to get into the house again, but when Mapp didn't answer the door right away, they forced entry into the house. When Mapp asked for their warrant, officers showed her a piece of paper they claimed to be the warrant. Mapp grabbed the warrant and a struggle ensued between the officers and Mapp, which led to her being handcuffed for being belligerent and resisting their official rescue of the warrant. Officers proceeded to search her drawers, dressers, closet, some suitcases, photo albums, personal papers, a children's bedroom, living room, kitchen, and a dinette. Officers found obscene material of possessions for which she was ultimately convicted for. At the trial, they found that there was no search warrant issued at Miss Mapp's house. However, the courts affirmed her conviction based on the fact that the evidence was not found to be taken by force, and they also cited the Wolf v. Colorado case, which stated prosecution in a state court for a state crime, the 14th Amendment does not forbid the admission of evidence obtained by an unreasonable search and seizure. The Supreme Court decided to reverse and remand the previous court's decision. They stated that the prosecution is not allowed to present evidence that law enforcement secured during a search that was unconstitutional under the Fourth Amendment. This case solidified that the courts cannot accept evidence that has been secured through illegal search and seizure, and any evidence that has must be thrown out. It also brought up the use of the exclusionary rule on a state level. The exclusionary rule is a judicially created remedy for the violation of the Fourth Amendment rights, crafted to deter future police misconduct. This was used in the federal government and the courts. This is so that law enforcement would find their evidence based on probable cause, and searches and seizures would be done correctly. On a state level, however, it was not being enforced. Mapp v. Ohio ruling required the incorporation of the exclusionary rule in state prosecutions. Thank you for watching my presentation, and I hope you enjoyed it.